Forget about labor.
You're right.
Yeah.
Your country and mine, that's the United States of America, is going out of business.
Oh, yeah. What hadn't been outsourced is being bought with that cheap dollar. Vodafone is gone to the Germans. Bell Labs is gone to the French with all their research and everything else. Westinghouse Nuclear, with all of their research and technology and everything, is gone to Toshiba, Japan. And Anheuser-Busch, the Belgians, Anheuser-Busch is beholden to the stockholders. But nobody's beholden to the people other than the congressmen and senators, and they're not doing the job.
But they're voting for NAFTA. They're voting for these trade agreements.
Yeah, we've gone to an outright trade war and globalization, and that's where we AWOL. The way to get free trade is raise a barrier to a barrier and remove them both. Then you got free trade.
But when you were chairman of this very powerful Commerce Committee here in the Senate, and you'd make these cases, they would call you protectionist. They would call you...
Yeah, I'm a protectionist. You got Social Security to protect you from the ravages of old age, Medicare to protect you from ill health. You got food and drug, the clean air, the water we drink, the food we eat, antitrust to protect the openness of the market and everything else. Before I open up Moyers Manufactory, you got to have clean air, clean water, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, plant closing notice, parental leave, safe working place, safe machinery, antitrust. You can go to China for 58 cents an hour. They get you the plant, they own the workers, and you don't have any investment. You don't have to worry about it.
You say all we need to do to make the country work is follow the lead of the forefathers to compete in globalization, to build the country's economy. Washington, Hamilton, Jefferson, and Madison made sure the first bill to pass the Congress in its history on July 4th, 1789, was a
protectionist bill, tariff bill on 60 articles. And that we financed the country's development with tariffs. That's how that's the Treasury building is the best building here in Washington. The best building in Charleston is the Custom House. The best building in Brooklyn is the Custom House. Treasury had the money. Teddy Roosevelt said, "Thank God I'm not a free trader." Lincoln, everybody says I'm either a Roosevelt, I'm a Lincoln Republican. He was a big protectionist. He raised tariffs. They were going to build a transcontinental railroad under Abraham Lincoln. And they said, we can get the steel cheap from England. He said, wait a minute. We're going to build our own steel mills, and then we'll have not only a steel capacity, but we'll have the railroad. And so he was a builder. Everybody was a builder. Eisenhower, he protected oil. Jack Kennedy, I went to him, he protected textiles. Ronald Reagan, he protected computers, and Harley Davidson, he saved it. I saw George W. the other day, about 3 weeks or a month ago, he was at the Harley Davidson plant, but protectionism saved it. That's why they were making money at Harley Davidson. No, he got voluntary restraint. Reagan got on steel, computers, machine tools, and automobiles. He got voluntary restraint, and that's the only way to do it. Sober up.
Do you take any hope on this issue of money in politics from McCain and Obama? Are they saying anything or doing anything?
I happen to hear, and I don't know, but the finance chairman from Obama was just told to get up $300 million for the rest of the campaign till November. Also get up millions for the Denver convention. And that's all they're doing is raising money.
You and John McCain sat on the same committee. You were chairman of the Commerce Committee.
Yeah,
he was a member of the committee.
Good friends, and I love him.
And how does he? And he used to be thought of as being an advocate of campaign finance reform.
And exactly right. And he was an advocate against these tax cuts. But now they've taken the maverick McCain and trying to make him the Christian right and the money raiser and everything else like that. They're trying to make him an ordinary Republican. And you can tell he's ill at ease. John McCain is not happy campaigning right now. I can tell you that. The media loves him. He had a room up there by the Commerce Committee with donuts and coffee and all, and the press wouldn't go to the press gallery. They'd go to McCain because they could get a statement out of him. And he was honest. He'd tell you how he felt. So the press loves him and everything else, but they're disappointed in him now because they're trying to change him over to qualify him as a Republican.
What would you do about the power of the press in our society today?
Or tell them that, by gosh, tell the truth. You know the debate between Walter Lippmann and John Dewey. And Walter Lippmann said, what we ought to do is get the experts in finance and defense and education and the various elements of government and let them determine the country's needs and give it to the Congress and let them pass it. John Dewey, the educator, said, no, let the free press report truth to the American people, and the needs will be reflected in their congressmen and senators in Washington. And he was right, but they're not telling the truth anymore. They all are doing the headlines rather than headway. They're all getting by with perceptions. They're all getting by with pollstered politics. They're not talking about the needs. The country is ready, willing, and able to work. The government's not working.
And the book is Making Government Work. Senator Fritz Hollings, it's been good to see you again.
Good to be with you, always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.